This is the very same Babylonian school. This is the very creators, the instigators of civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
And as soon as people, the reason I talk about this stuff is to help people break free. I don't want to just come on here and give people bad news.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is to recognize how corrupt and how manipulated our real world is.
Yeah.
So that you can break free of this brainwashing. You know, money is brainwashing. That's what is the seed of this evil. That's where the parents sell off their children to these pedophile rings.
Yeah.
And of course, money is crafted by these very beings.
Yeah, and I remember talking with Richard Hamlin on one of our shows we did with him on this fact, and we speculated, both him and I, on the fact that this might be kind of like a virus that actually is spreading, because if we have this ritual abuse going on, you know, the kids that grow up will continue the tradition, and consequently we have generations where this is ongoing, and eventually we'll, you know, if someone don't step in and stop this, or trying to understand what and why this is going on, I mean, this is something that could spread all over the place, basically.
Because it is so unbelievable, the truth escapes becoming known. It is so big that it's nearly impossible to look at.
Yeah. And it's people will have to wake up to this and realize that they themselves are being brainwashed every day. Yeah. But by the way, do you want to? You mentioned regarding heroes. I've been following this series myself lately regarding the blood ritual. Do you want to? Was there something specific in that series that when you realized this, or was it a general idea? How did this kind of revelation come about?
Well, it's mostly the squirming of my roommate. Because he's not desensitized at all.
Okay.
The blooding is something that we are all getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
We are starting to just equate. We have been indoctrinated into occultism without knowing it. Movies like The Matrix, V for Vendetta, are all brainwashing us into this blooding. We are getting desensitized. And so, yeah, when you're watching the idea of heroes, which should be a positive idea of people attaining abilities, I thought would be kind of an exciting adventure, kind of like the X-Men.
Sure.
Turns into this very dark scenario where all of the people's, of course, you got a multi-personality serial killer in there, and you got another guy going around chopping people's brains out, and just blood and gore. And on 8 p.m. primetime NBC. I mean, that's
true.
where it really gets astounding. I mean, I could see if it was on HBO or something, but the blood dripping, the constant blooding, is something that is used in mind control.
I see what you mean. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we're definitely, myself, I'm definitely, you know, not aware of it.
Generational, you were right that this is a continuing thing, that the parents that are molested and led into molesting, I seem to have lucked out and escaped this whole thing, because my father, of course, was worshipful master in the Freemasons, and my mom was Esther in the Eastern Star. But I don't think my dad had it in him to do it. My mom actually met Walt Disney himself, and I have a stack of Mouseketeer certificates handed to my mom by Walt Disney himself. My own personal links to this story are incredible.
Yeah.
If I had at all been abused, I would start to worry. But I have no, I was never abused, but I was certainly raised in the environment of this very mentality by the worshipful Masons and, the Eastern Star. It's all within my very, if somebody looked at my library, they might start to second guess me. You have Fritz Springmeier's book on how to create your own Illuminati mind control slave. I even have it carry a copy of Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
But that's because I've got a kind of a sick and twisted sense of humor.
Yeah, and at the same time, this is, as you said, this is about studying this and understanding this, and unfortunately, I don't think that you can understand this fully in that sense without, you have to look at this stuff and to be able to dissect it. You can't go blind to it and just avoid it completely. You don't. understand something, from that respect, just looking away. But one thing I just wanted to squeeze in here to ask you about, are you aware of something called Disney's Club 33?
Disney's what?
Disney's Club 33.
No.
Okay, I gotta send you these links. Apparently, this is something called the Club 33 that was, conceived by Walt Disney himself.
Yes. Okay, I misunderstood you.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Disney's Deluxe Hideaway or something like that. They call it, and again, this is very interesting stuff if you just read the Wikipedia thread on Club 33.
Recognize that everyone we spoke about today is a practicing Kabbalist connected to the Freemasons.
Mm.
Every one of them. From Brittney to Lindsay to Madonna to Prince to, they all have connections to Kabbalism and Freemasonry.
Yeah.
And so, start to look at what's going on in our world and who runs things and why our corporate logos are all occultic symbols, and it's overwhelming.
It is.
But again, this is brought forward to set you free.
Yeah.
Not to make you worried.
Yeah. I totally agree. It's. I mean, you have done a fabulous job on this article, and I guess even more evidence, and there's certainly not over, so to speak. I mean, there's definitely things to follow up on this story itself, but for now, I mean, I think you have done a wonderful job to put this together, and I'm very glad that you did it, and of course I'm very glad you wanted to come on this show and talk about it. So I mean, right on top here, I mean, thank you very much, Freeman, for sharing this with us today.
Well, thank you, Henrik. It has to come out. We got to break ourselves free.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Freeman, before we finish off here today, tell us about your website and also about your DVDs that you got out there, so people can, dive further into your perspective, the Freeman perspective, of course.
Well, it is freemantv.com. And I found, if I could throw that if you go to freeman.tv, it's Carson Daly in the shower, so you don't want to go there. It's freemantv.com. And my videos are the first 3-hour video on corporate logos and their occultic meanings, Goddess Columbia, her connections to Ishtar, and all of this. It covers chemtrails and HARP and even synchronicity, which I believe is our path out of this mess.
Yeah.
I believe that the universe is alive. I know it is, and it's taking care of me, and it'll take care of you. I've got another film called Program to Chaos, which gets into the bloodlines of George Bush and the mind control of movies like V for Vendetta, and it also gets into a little bit of my own personal life and the Chronicles of Freeman. Then I have Codex Magica, which is very enlightening on this whole topic as well, because we get into the hand signs and gestures of the Freemasons and the Illuminati, showing you all the different members and the high-level positions they hold. And then the second hour of that film, we get into the goddess worship and the ritual of Madonna and Brittney and all of that. And then finally, I have Return of the Nephilim, which is 5 hours, which covers the arrival of these fallen ones. That is, if we're going to put a outline to what's going on today, it all fits right into the MO of the fallen angels as equated with the Book of Enoch. So they've got 5 hours on the Return of the Nephilim with Michael Tsarian and Giorgio Tsoukalos and Aurelian, and we discuss this very concept of how civilization was formed by these fallen angels.
Excellent. So everyone, do check it out. It's freemantv.com. We can find out more about its latest articles and, of course, his DVDs. But I guess we could say to be continue, Freeman, because we'd love to have you on, either if we find out some more stuff about this particular case, or just continuing on all the other interesting topics that we could talk about. So I hope to have you back soon again.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Freeman.
Good talk with you, Henry.
You have been listening to Red Ice Creations Radio. Our website is redicecreations.com, where the ice is that of the frozen kind. Check out our site for much more radio shows and news. thank you for tuning in to the program today, and thanks to Fredrik Palmgren for handling the audio. My name is Henrik Palmgren, and until next time, take care.
No tears, TV dinner, overfed your